I would like to propose an idea to you, which is if you do not have a purpose yet, you simply haven't looked hard enough. Think about this, right? If we are at home just piddling away at our computers, typing away, looking at our phones, looking at YouTube, looking at TikTok, having the algorithms feed us whatever we are just interested in, when are we ever going to find a cause to really go after? Where are we going to find a piece of reality that we really want to take responsibility, a piece of reality that we really want to own, to make better, to improve, to help the evolution of? It's been very clear to me as of recent. I've had some very deep introspection as to why I have lost a lot of purpose in my life. Maybe I've been chalking it up to me having peak spiritual experiences of realizing that there are no others. And maybe a little bit of that. But I went a little deeper, and what I've noticed is that I wasn't actually feeding my ego, my mind, with various direct experiences of people needing me. I think a large reason why, or a large contributor to the alarming rates of suicide for a lot of men today, is that huge feeling of us not being needed. And this is, of course, just isn't just for men, but for anyone. In life, we need to find a place that we are needed, such that there is a demand for us to live. There is a demand for us to get up, to wake up, to make progress towards. And I think a large amount of that can happen when we are not connected with the suffering of others, the suffering of the world. When we create this boundaried life where we're living behind a white picket fence. I completely realize that if you are not interfacing with the nightmares of reality, and you're not able to find a nightmare that you want to personally take responsibility over, a cross for you to carry. If you cannot find your own cross to carry, your own weight to bear, then you're not going to have meaning in your life. I think about Jordan Peterson when he talks a lot about to create meaning in your life, you have to pick up a load, and you're encouraged to carry the largest load that you can bear, carry the largest weight. And of course, this is synonymous with the imagery of picking up your own cross, finding ways that you can be crucified, looking for your way to crucify yourself into a state of selflessness, finding ways that you can dissolve your ego so much that it becomes a samadhi. You become so selfless that actually counterintuitively builds up a large reason for being, a large reason for self to exist. We are very social creatures, and I think we forget that some of the greatest meaning in our lives is when we can help others. And if we are not constantly exposing our brain to direct experiences of others needing our help, then your brain is going to create a belief. It's going to create a story. Your mind is going to create a story that you are not needed. And likely so. You're not feeding your mind any new direct experience of you being needed, so that is your truth. If you had this is why, for example, having kids brings a lot of people so much meaning. And then also why, for example, when the kids leave the nest, the meaning goes with it. Because having someone dependent on you, where you really need to rise up to the challenge of showing up for every day. Other people are structures to demand more from yourself. Because we are so wired to be connected. We're wired to love other people. We're doing things out of the love of our people. If you've ever noticed a pattern of the most motivated people on the planet, a large pattern is they're not doing it for themselves anymore. They're doing it for others. And that is actually what allows them to build a self-esteem. That allows them to build up a large amount of motivation. So if you're not very passionate about life, if you're not thankful with life, for your life, my suggestion is you may have not really connected with the nightmares that reality has to offer. How about expose yourself to some experiences where people don't even own a shirt to cover their backs, helping people like that. Expose yourself to experiences where people are on their deathbed in hospice. And also, so just out of raw motivation, because those two experiences will give you a lot of appreciation for your life and a lot of appreciation for what you do have. But also find places where people are struggling, where you can finally see how if you contributed yourself in this way, that you're going to help the human race. You're going to help others. You're going to help the animals in the world. You're going to help the earth not be polluted, and that's also going to help all life forms. You're going to help extinguish the effects of global warming. Whatever it is for you, you need to go out and search for it. And you have to go out there. You have to travel. You have to talk to more people. This is what is required. If we do not yet have a purpose where we have a massive burning passion, it simply means that we just have not exposed ourselves to enough direct experience. There's plenty out there to do. There's plenty of shit to do. And there's lots of places where people need you, where reality needs you. But you have to have the courage to go out and look. There's places, and it could be something simple. It could be finding that you want to be a performer, and people need performers in whatever, actors or whatever, because then that facilitates a need for entertainment, and that can, how many times, or even a YouTuber, an entertainment YouTuber, even if you want to be that, how many times, have you scrolled down in these comment sections of various people like Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, or Markiplier, where I see all the time where people write like, you have no idea how much this has helped me in my depression. Because that parasocial human connection is real. And just showing people what life can be like, and showing people your positivity, your positive energy, talking to more people. Choosing to participate in reality by finding a nightmare for you to own. Learning to fall in love with certain parts of reality by exposing yourself to various direct experience. This is how you find purpose. You're not going to find purpose just sitting around at home and just kind of reading books. I remember when I did Leo's Life Purpose course on actualized.org, and the exercises, they tell you to reflect on life experiences that you've had. So you need that initial life experience in order to reflect on where the hell can you even fit in reality at all. Where can you fit in reality the best? Where do you feel the greatest? And what I realize now on my journey of clarity is that I've siloed my life down to, it's something to do with helping people. It's something to do with self-help. It's something to do with motivation. It's something to do with helping people become fully engaged with their lives. But even then, that splits off into coaching, being a YouTuber, writing books. And I realize I have to expose myself to more experiences. And even to do all those things, to do coaching, to do YouTubing, to do all this stuff, I lose motivation because I'm just at home, and I don't have any direct experience feeding my mind as who are the people I can help with my videos, who are the people that I can help with my books, and who are the people that I can help with coaching. If I'm not going to be talking to people, even though I want to help people, what the hell am I doing? Even if your field is to be a mathematician, or whatever, where it's not directly clear on how to help people, I do believe you still need to expose yourself to massive amounts of experience, or even to connect with the beauty of something if you want to be an artist. Because even to be an artist, right, you're going to help people by expressing the beauty of reality. But you first have to expose yourself. You have to go to some art galleries. You have to, talk with other artists. You have to travel the world to see the greatest art, or whatever. Speak to various people. The whole lesson I want to really bring home here is that if you do not have a burning desire to really fully engage and drop your vices, and to drop all the ways that you don't want to even be anyways, because these vices are filling voids, because you're not fully on the mission that you haven't found a mission to be called for. I think a lot of people stop believing in the idea of life purpose because they never find it, and they assume it's just going to come to them all willy-nilly, and something is going to happen where it's going to make total sense. When really, developing the clarity of your purpose in life, and where you can feel passionate and fully engaged, this is a lifelong process. And it certainly is not going to happen if you're just sitting alone at home or doing the same things. You need to expose yourself to new things, new experiences, talk to new people. You need to be looking. You're not going to find your life purpose at home. You have to look around. You have to open your mind, and you have to just trust in the principle of exposing yourself to new experience. Even though if you're not super interested in something, even if you're just a little bit interested, to allow yourself to saturate into new experiences. And this is going to be the key that's going to unlock so much clarity for you. And that clarity will give yourself permission to really lean into life. I think we all intuitively want to lean into life, so much so that we become selfless. We put ourselves so much into it that we lose ourselves into life. You know, where life, it just becomes a movie that we're watching. And it's beautiful. Because at the end of the day, with our lives, we want to feel fully used up, fully spent. You have all this life to give, and you're not going to take any of it when you die. So naturally, the conclusion becomes that your obligation, your need, your inner need, is to use up all of the juice that you have. Use up all of what you got. And that is what's going to create the most beautiful life. And I'm encouraging you today to trust in that there is a life purpose out there for you, and to look for places where there is suffering. Look for places where the world needs something. And I want you to open your mind to the possibility that there is a place in reality where you can offer your skills, your unique talents, your unique gifts, your unique potential, where you can build up the mastery in that area such that you can help people. Open your mind to the possibility that there exists a scenario where you can help the most people, you can make the most impact in reality. And to open your mind to the possibility that it can be found if you only looked. And to be patient with this process. And to trust in the principle of exposing yourself to new direct experience. And another reminder I'd like to give you as well is fear usually is our North Star. So lean into that. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.